Hello everybody, welcome to this edition of The Versatile Cook. My name is Mario. I'm live right here at the Newburgh Deli in Nazareth, Pennsylvania on Newburgh Road. Been here for 4 years. Hope you come down and see us sometime. Today I got a unique episode, kind of off the track of our gourmet cooking. We're in the commercial kitchen now to do a little everyday, grill cooking. Stuff that people take for granted when they go to a restaurant. This episode is a little tutorial. I got 3 quick grill items for you. I got the buffalo chicken cheesesteak, the classic RUBAN, and the Caribbean chicken wrap. Come on back in a couple minutes. I'll show you how to do them restaurant style that you can do them right at home.
Win 2 free tickets. Fueled by Raymond Recording Group, 21 Pilots has announced their upcoming Emotional Roadshow World Tour, which will include a stop at the PPL Center on Tuesday, January 24th at 7 p.m. Join S. Agentis Plumbing, Mr. Rooter, and Agentis Kitchen and Bath in our private suite with food and drink included. Go to 2freeticketslv.com to register to win.
Back with Mario here at the deli. We're going to try some grill cooking today. There's a lot of people out there that are endeavoring to go into the cooking industry. They want to be a sous chef and some sort of culinary expert, maybe even own your own restaurant someday. More power to you. But I'll tell you what, apart from the dishes and the prep, this is something you need to learn in order to graduate in the ladder of your Epicurean climb. And that's the grill. The grill in any restaurant, my opinion, is probably, the grunt work. It's the infantry soldier work of a business. Everything is made on a grill, from the diners to the big fancy Italian grills to the cheesesteak places. You name it, the grill is going to do it. Whether it's burgers or whether it's wraps or whether it's, quesadillas, liver and onions at the Dutch restaurant, the grill is where the magic happens. I happen to have a really good grill here at the deli. It's funny because I bought this grill about 18, 20 years ago at a barn sale in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I wasn't in the restaurant business at that point, and I picked this up for a song. It sat in my barn for years. Little did I know that 4 years ago I'd have to brush it off and refurbish this whole grill in order to go in business, and this grill has served me so well. When you clean a grill real quick, you got to use soapy hot water. No chemicals. None of them big bricks that blows all the chemical smoke into your restaurant. Soapy hot water and a scouring pad. Get all the grease and all the residue off, and then you're going to wash and wipe and rinse, and then finally when you're ready to start your cooking, you want to put a little bit of vinegar on your grill. It's a little hot right now, so you want to put some vinegar. What's vinegar do? It's nature's disinfectant. And this way, if you have any kind of bacteria on a grill, it cleans it up. And I tell all my cooks, serve everybody on a clean pallet. It's like an operating table, and the grill, it must be clean at all times. So every grill has a personality. Some grills are made from stainless steel. Some grills are made from cast iron. This is a 1950s model from Wolf. It's cast iron. It's almost like them old Wagner cast iron, frying pans your grandmom had. She made the flapjacks in. This is a large version of that. I prefer that. It's got the patina in it. It maintains a certain amount of flavor and unique quality to the cooking, and you have a higher flash point with it versus stainless. But today I want to make 3 magic sandwiches for you. The first one is going to be the RUBAN. The RUBAN's a real easy sandwich. It starts out with some good Jewish rye bread. I get this stuff from New York, and I put a little bit of butter on the grill. That's how I'm going to start my sandwich, a little bit of butter. That's what gives it that crisp, okay? The second part you're going to serve on the RUBAN is your corned beef. Some people make it with pastrami. That's about 5 or 6 ounces of real high grade Amish-made corned beef. You're going to heat the beef up real nice, because the last thing you want when you make a grilled RUBAN sandwich is a cold interior to the sandwich. So you're going to put your beef on. This is great instruction for people who are really starting out in the cooking business. It takes a few weeks or a few months to get this stuff down. I'm going to show it to you in quick fashion here. The third ingredient you're going to put on the grill is the sauerkraut. Okay? I got a pretty good amount of it right there. Heat the sauerkraut up too. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to dress the interior of that crispy rye bread with Thousand Island dressing. Real standard, real basic, but it's the way you make it, As that's going, you're going to get your trusty spatulas, and you're going to flip your sauerkraut around to get both sides of it hot. You're only going to warm your beef. Your goal isn't to make it char-broiled beef and cook it to death. You got to keep the life and the substance in the beef, okay? And then eventually, what you want to do is you want to transfer your kraut to your beef as much as you can without wasting. Everything's about food costs in the restaurant business, keeping your costs down. And then you're going to layer it with some really good domestic Swiss cheese. I put about 3 or 4 slices on here at the deli. We do sell this sandwich here. It's pretty popular. Obviously, we're known for our cheesesteaks in the deli. We're 2 years in a row voted the best steak in the valley. You know, I happen to think it's one of the best steaks around you can buy. But we do make other things here. This sandwich here, you know, most people confuse it with something that's from New York and predominantly in Jewish delis you'll see it, but it was invented by a Lithuanian, you know, back in like 1929 out in Chicago. A guy came from Lithuania and said, hey, let me try to put these ingredients together, and hence we got the classic Reuben sandwich. What does Reuben mean? I don't know. Maybe it's his last name, Rubenstein, I don't know. But here we go. And we're gonna gently scoop that beef with that whole fixings in there. We're gonna transfer it left to right using your spatulas accordingly. Okay? You're gonna get that crispy bread, put it around. Here's the final trick to that good Reuben. A nice, you know, 1 pound weight, and you're gonna press that Reuben like you mean it. Okay? You know, some cooks are afraid to press a Reuben like they're gonna insult it or something. No, you gotta make sure you press it so the juices come out and create this circle of love crust on the outside is what you're looking for, okay? We let that sit for about 30 seconds or a minute on each side. You know, the grill's about 400 degrees or 500 degrees right now, between there. This particular grill has a cooler temperature in the center, and we have a singeing area on both sides. This is a little hotter, this is less hot, this is cool in the middle. I do that for a reason, because you want to melt cheese here, you want to thaw things out. Maybe you don't want the big flashing fajita process, and that's why I have my temperatures at various rates. You know, grill cooking will definitely earn you a living, and it is really the backbone of most restaurants. And I've made a good living doing it, and you know, I've made a lot of good sandwiches here. And you could do this at home too. You know, if you have this oversized like Wagner, you know, pan, you know, one of these cast iron jobs, 16-inch or so, and it's seasoned real nice in the oven with the oil, you can basically perform all this stuff at home too. Okay, so we're going to take the Reuben off. You got a little bit of that Thousand Island coming through. If you want to step it up a little bit and press the heat factor, bring it to the hotter section. One offense I tell the grill cooks is whenever you cook a Reuben or anything that's not beef oriented, you got to clean your palate. You got to have your source clean, because you don't want any sauerkraut transferring into somebody's, you know, bacon cheeseburger. They don't like that too much. So we always worry about not only food contaminants, but get this, taste contaminants. We're almost ready to plate that classic Reuben up. I've got it sitting here. A little side action for it. Keep dropping chips here. Comes with chips and a pickle typically in a restaurant, right? This might be mundane to some people, but other people like to see how it's done. Just about ready to take that Reuben off. Real easy sandwich to make. You put it on the tabletop there. Get a nice, you don't want to saw like a bread knife and go at it, because you're gonna mess that sandwich up. You want a crimping process. You start at an angle and you just knife it down. And then your goal is to sort of gently put it on the plate and display it with its interior, you know, exposed. And man, what a nice looking little sandwich there. Moist and juicy, crispy outside. That's the kind of look you're looking for. Our next sandwich on the Versatile Cook, you know, learning how to do things out of your comfort zone, learning how to, you know, step out of the box and do things you're not normally used to. You might be a sauté cook somewhere, never worked on the grill. And, you know, you might be a prep chef that's trying to graduate to the grill. Here's how it works. Our next step is going to be the buffalo chicken cheesesteak, okay? In this case, I'm going to use 100% top grade frozen chicken steak, okay? It's really best to use a chicken steak, not really a whole chicken like this breast over here we'll have for a future endeavor. It's best to use the chicken steak for several reasons. The first thing you're going to do on the chicken steak is you're going to lubricate your grill a little bit with a little bit of lubrication. Then you're going to add onions. This is how we do it at the deli. Onions, a nice mild onion. You don't want those real potent Spanish onions that are good for soups and stews, but you want a mild onion that keeps that pungent onion flavor away from your sandwich and it overrides the flavor. So we're going to put those two on, let them work pretty high on the fajita side there. We're going to take that steak, we're going to lay it gingerly over the onions and the sweet peppers there. Why? Because the chicken is going to absorb the flavors from them steaming vegetables. There's a process to it, okay? Now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to hydrate the steak a little bit, okay? You're going to salt it, you're going to pepper it a little bit, and then just for flipping purposes, one more little stripe of lubricant. In this case, it's a special oil that we use to make sure it doesn't stick to the grill. Buffalo chicken cheese. I guess they call it a buffalo chicken because it came from the buffalo sauce. And the buffalo sauce, I guess, originated in Buffalo, New York, where they had these crazy wings in this bar this guy made back in the 50s, and it really caught on. And people just loved it. I tell people, keep your grill clean. This is your trough. Keep all foreign objects off of it. Make sure your hood and your fan is going, and always wipe down surrounding areas. And just take care of it like an operating table. Make sure your customer gets the cleanest and the best tasting, unadulterated product on the market. So we'll let that sit for a couple seconds. I'm going to proceed to cut the bread. You might say, well, that's pretty basic. No, there's an art to cutting a piece of bread. Here we have a nice 10-inch semi-crusty Italian roll. This is born in Philadelphia just this morning. And I use a bread knife. You want a bread knife that's just as long as the bread. You want to start directly in the center. You want to cut halfway through the bread. Halfway through. Then you want to flip the bread, and you want to act like a reverse spider process. Not a clamping, but an external clam. And you want to unclam your bread like that. This way you don't tear the spine, and you have some structure left to your bread. Before we put the final product into the sandwich, we do want to put a slight layer of buffalo sauce, not in the spine. Here's the problem. Putting any kind of sauce or whatever in the spine is going to weaken your bread. There's a real art to putting together a good sandwich that is aesthetically appealing and doesn't fall apart on someone's lap. And this is part of that process, a little trade secret. Okay, you want to flip that product over, all right, and let the second side cook up a little bit. I mean, you put a little bit of a hydration on it again, let it work a little bit. There's no pressing involved. Let the grill cook your meat. I see guys whacking it all up and making small pieces of burnt rice with it. Let the grill cook your meat. Let it do its job. Some people even use like a cooking spray, for a griddle, sometimes for various, egg collars and things like that. Not real big on that. I'll use that in a pinch if I'm low on something. This has got a lot of canola oil. Not a big fan of canola, not a natural process. You're going to use a nice vegetable oil, olive oil in some cases, butter in some different applications as we did earlier. You want to try to get as natural as possible on your grease effect. Years ago, most people just cook with lard. It wasn't so bad. They kind of outlawed lard, if you will, in the health books. But lard wasn't really bad for you. Okay, we're getting close to making this thing here into a buffalo steak. We'll turn it over again. We're going to go against the one grain. We're going to bunch the meat up again and reverse it. And that's all the chopping she needs. Now it's just a matter of, finessing the meat and putting it in that sizzle area. Once you put it in that sizzle area, it's going to, the lubrication is going to sear the juices into the meat. And that's part of making a good steak sandwich. It's a lot of its ingredients, some of its technique. And the worst thing you can do, I guess, with a piece of steak is to chop it into smithereens and someone doesn't have something to bite into. In this case, we got a nice 8 or 9 inch rectangle of meat that's ready to go. Then we're going to topically apply buffalo sauce somewhat generously, okay? And now we have special American cheese. It is American, but I can't really tell you the brand yet because my wife will kill me. But I put nice 3 or 4 slices, depends. Sometimes they ask for extra cheese, and we'll give it to them, you know. I'm getting ready to plate up on number 2 episode here, the classic buffalo chicken cheesesteak. This is real. If you're in the mood for chicken and you like spicy, this is one you got to try. You know, they make buffalo chicken pizzas, all sorts of you know, things. I tell the cooks, make sure your palette, your spatulas are always in the cleaning process, and you're always moving the undesirable into the trough. As you see, the center has melted the cheese already. We're getting ready for a one and final scoop. Look at that. That's what you want. You don't want a steak that 80% of the cheese and the meat are burnt residual on the grill. That's not what you're looking for. You're looking for the fluffy product too. When you come over, you're going to bounce that product down, and then you're ready for a cut. And you're ready to put it on the plate just like that. Pretty, beautiful buffalo chicken cheesesteak number 2 on how to work a grill at the Newburgh Deli. Nice little product there. In this case, you want to find your trusty scraper in between the products, and you want to get that burnt residual off. Remember, you're always trying to make the next guy's meal from a fresh pallet. And you want to let the grill actually crisp it up. You can prematurely scrape a grill, and you're going to clog your scraper up. There's actually a science to scraping a grill. I mean, it's hard to believe, but these are little tricks you learn over the years. And then you get your spatula, and you move any of your foreign objects, your crispy critters into the trough. So while we let you know, sometimes you get 8-10 sandwiches on this grill, you can actually cool a grill down it, but in this case we've got plenty of heat here. What we're going to do now is we're going to move on to our last and final grilling type project, and it's something we don't sell at the deli, but my kids eat a lot of it at home, and this is this Caribbean chicken program. So I'm going to put this, I'll leave that off for a second. Caribbean chicken program. And how this works is we get a nice piece of chicken breast. In this case, we trim off the, you know, the undesirable, if you will. There's like a membrane, a knuckle there. You know, you don't have to take every single piece of fat off it. Kind of actually when it cooks, it gives a little flavor. You want to make sure that you get, there's like an unsightly tendon in here sometimes. That's, yeah, right there. You don't. It's like a piece of rubber band grizzle. You get that in someone's sandwich, they're not going to like you. Okay, so in this case, we're going to get this. We're going to cut this breast with a nice sharp knife. I know this looks like it's unorthodox to cut towards you, but if you've done this a long time, you can actually put your hand like that and work it through. So you've got a nice breast like that. You can probably get 3 out of the average breast, like that. Okay. In this case, I got 3 nice tender pieces of chicken there. All right, I'll put that one right there. And what I'm going to do, I'll toss them out. That's undesirable. I'm going to do 2 things this chicken breast. I'm telling you, this is really a secret. I did this at home, and the chicken comes out phenomenal. The last thing you want is a piece of chicken that's tough, and you bite into it, and you almost got to tug on it. It's got this skin on the outside. Not good. You're going to want to use one of these jiggers right here. Tenderizer couture. You've seen this before probably in one of my other episodes, or you cook with it at the steakhouse. You know they use these, very popular. So you've got these breast you know, tenderized, micro holes are put in. Now the taste can get in there, and the heat cooks it thoroughly, and the spice is going to permeate more consistently. Then we're gonna pat it out. Use the corner of your table. It's got the big leg under the corner. It could take the pressure. You hit here, everything goes all over the place. Your boss don't like that. Cooking 101, okay? Now we got these nice tenders going on right here. I'm going to put a stove on for you. I got the stove over here, a little stainless steel skillet. I like doing it in here, not necessarily in the grill, because this little skillet, what it does, it keeps the juices in the mix, and then it does something to the tenderness. Whereas if you put it straight on the grill, then you're going to get, it's going to dry out faster. So we let that heat up. I don't know if that's quite ready. I'll give it 30 seconds. Now I believe you have to have the acquired taste for a Reuben. I don't know too many 12-year-olds that are coming in and asking for a Reuben. You know, in the buffalo chicken cheesesteak, it's not for the It's not for the faint of heart in that, you know, you have to like the spicy thing. So, but this right here, I know I said on other episodes, your kids are going to love it. I really do mean this. They really are going to love this Caribbean chicken program. And it's only a mixture of a couple real simple ingredients. Got to get that chicken in there. Get it cooking a little bit. Once that chicken starts to cook, you put your favorite seasoning on it. You know, either a rub or some sort of, you know, pepper jack seasoning or whatever you like to tenderize your meats with. Put a little bit of that on there. Simmer the chicken real low. You don't want to go crazy with it because you're going to singe it. Then you're going to salt it a little bit. Then you're going to pepper it a little bit. A little pepper. And you know it's almost done and get ready to flip. See how we're floating in like buttery water juice? That's what you want. Real soft, real slow. The faster you singe the chicken, the tougher it's going to get. You know, like when you slow cook meats in a crock pot and they become tender? This is a similar application. And it actually does change the consistency of the chicken. Now we're ready to flip. See that? That's what you want. It's light and it's got this real tender look to it, almost like it's not chicken, but you've never seen chicken cooked like that. It's so soft to the touch. It's super tender, and this way, when you bite into your Caribbean wrap, you're not tugging a piece of chicken out with you. It's going to melt like chicken butter. If I can explain it any other way, it should be done literally in 30 seconds. She is just about done. Turn that down, turn it off real quick. Then we're going to get at least one of those chicken tenders like that, or cutlets almost. Bring it to the cutting board and the drawing board. We're going to give it a little julienne. Could be done a little bit more inside. I may have rushed it. No problem. Even the versatile cook makes mistakes. Okay, just a little, this tiny bit undone in the center there. Didn't like that much. We're going to cut an avocado. This is kind of what makes it Caribbean, you know, because they don't have avocados upstate New York, you know, or Philadelphia, last time I checked. All right. A little bit of a bugger to get these out right here. I want to get something that's kind of sharp like that. I buggered that up a little bit. Chicken is definitely done now. Oh boy. Just shell the avocado right here like that. You want to make a half moon out of it. You want avocados that are ready to go. It's hard to pick them when they're ripe in the supermarket, but that's what you want. You want one that's ready to go. Okay. Trusty tomato. A couple 3/4 slices. All right. Trusty tomato. Almost ready to put the Caribbean together. There we go. That's definitely done now. I'm going to cut with the grain of the chicken if you can, not against it. This keeps it tender and supple for you. Okay, first thing you want to do is a layer of cheese. Then you want to put your soft, supple chicken in there, like so. Maybe a little aggressive on the chicken. Got to save room for the other stuff, folks. Paper towel to get the chicken juice off. Avocado. Not too difficult to cut there. Be afraid to use your hands, folks. tomato. Now you're going to go for the lime juice. The lime juice. This one came out a little aggressive, but it's all right. You can never have too much lime, folks. You're going to top it off with favorite Mexican spice, cilantro. Puerto Ricans like it. The Filipinos like it. A lot of folks use cilantro in their cooking. Okay. Now the rolling process. How do you do that rolling thing? Well, it's kind of tricky. The first thing you want to do is you want to fold it in like this, kind of like an outward Christmas present thing, and you're going to bring simultaneously this guy up like that, and you're going to tuck it, almost like a halupki, you know? But this is the Caribbean halupki. Then you're going to proceed to roll tight. You're going to press. You're going to press real good on that first revolution. Why? That puts all the ingredients where you need it to be. And then the final press, bring it back and give it one more press. And that, my friends, is ready for a nice tightly packed one for the grill. No butter needed, right on the grill. Okay? Remember, this is still grill cooking. Even though I cooked the chicken in the frying pan, we're still finalizing it on the grill, the flat top. The flat top cooking is real fun, folks. Again, it's the heartbeat of most businesses. It's where the money is made. It's where the comfort food is made. I know there's sauté and there's broiler and there's sous chef and there's pastry chef, but the grill is where the hamburgers come. It's where the quesadillas, the cheesesteaks, and the liver and onions and all those things that make good restaurants what they are. So what we're trying to do here is just grill that for a minute or two on each side. We're probably ready to turn that over. You want a little golden brown action, and then you're going to let the grill do its job. Get ready to plate up again on the last portion of this program. Now, I really appreciate you watching this. I'd like you to think about the Newburgh Deli in the event that you folks want to do any kind of catering or so. We do make stuff other than grilled food. We have a lot of selection of gourmet food, you know, for your small 20 to 100 people venues, graduation parties, you know, employee appreciation days, school celebrations, you know, funeral memorials, those things. We can definitely help you out with catering at the Newburgh Deli. Prices are very reasonable. Check us online, easycater.com, and check Newburgh Deli's reviews on catering. Okay, we're just about ready to put this on a plate. Looks like the only plate I have left is one of these little guys here. That should suffice. Where's my knife? Where's my knife? Where's my knife? Oh, there it is. We are getting ready to do it. The grill is doing its job. Let's see if we got a brown program going on. Maybe a little bit on the hot side. Typically in a given day there could be 10, 12 different items being worked simultaneously here. You know, I'm kind of glad to work under these conditions for the show because it's a little more intimate and personal rather than productive. So here we have, you know, that nice final product. And you can kind of cut that on an angle too. Hope the cheese melted to my liking. Let's see what happens here. Oh yeah, looks real nice. These are absolutely delicious, folks. You will love these Caribbean chicken meals here. The kids, my kids eat 2 of them at a time, and they don't even weigh 100 pounds sometimes. It's juicy. It's got the avocados in it, and the lime, and the cilantro, and the shredded cheese. It's a perfect blend. You could even put a little bit of sour cream in there if you like, and definitely, as you're sitting there chomping on one of these, you want to put your favorite hot sauce on it if you're a spicy kind of person. You know, this is just a sampling of what we do at the Newburgh Deli, how we train our cooks, and I hope you learned a little bit today about cooking on the grill etiquette. It's been my pleasure to share with you these great dishes. Again, we got the classic RUBAN, the buffalo chicken cheesesteak, and the Caribbean chicken wrap. You can do this, folks, right at home. Check out newburghdeli.com. Look at our recent TV episodes and our recipes. Love to see you at the deli sometime. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next episode. God bless you, and God bless America.
Win 2 free tickets. The roar of the engines will take over the PPL Center when the 2nd annual Allentown Indoor Auto Racing event speeds into the Lehigh Valley on Friday, December 30th at 7:30 p.m. Join S. Agentis Plumbing, Mr. Reuter, and Agentis Kitchen and Bath in our private suite with food and drink included. Go to 2freeticketslv.com to register to win.